Okay, children. Now the sum that we are targeting, the last one is sum number 5. Remember, it has to be done in order. First sum number 4, then 5, then 6. The screenshot will be sent to you. Now what do we see in sum number 5 is, let's do the same exercise. Sum number 5 says, find the greatest number that will divide 135, 401 and 268, leaving a remainder of 2 in each case. Now, leaving a remainder of 2 in each case, what does that mean? Suppose I ask you, let's take the number 16 and just give you an explanation and then we'll continue with the sum. Suppose I have the number 16 and I ask you, which numbers do you think that will divide 16 leaving a remainder of 1? So if I want a remainder of 1, that 1 is going to be extra in that number, so that 1 has to be removed. So 16 minus 1 will give me 15. And which all numbers will divide 15 completely? You will have 1, you will have 3, you will have 5, and you will have 15. So 15 can divide 15 completely without leaving a remainder. So when I add 1 back to it, it will become 16. And all these numbers can divide number 16, leaving a remainder of, except of 1. 1 won't be there because, even 1 15s are 15. And this will, 1 won't be the remainder because 1 is a universal number. It divides the number completely without leaving a remainder. So we have to just leave out number 1. But 3 will divide 16, leaving a remainder of 1 because 3 5s are 15. 5 will divide 16, leaving a remainder of 1 because 5 3s are 15. And 15 will divide 16, leaving a remainder of 1 because 15 1s are 15. So what we have come to the conclusion, or what have we understood? It is the number. Number 1 has to be subtracted from it. Then only I come to know that I have the number 15. And what numbers are going to divide it? 3, 5, 15. 1 will also divide it, but here I cannot take 1 in this case because then 1 will divide 16 completely because it is a universal number. Universal divisor, it divides all numbers. It doesn't leave any remainder. So 1 cannot be taken into consideration, but 3, 5 and 15 will divide this 16, leaving a remainder of 1. But how do I come to know that? I have to subtract that 1. The remainder which is leaving, I have to remove it. Because you've learned in division, when you divide a number and you are left with a remainder, that number is not completely divisible. And if you take away the remainder, then that number becomes exactly divisible by the number that you are dividing it. So what have I learned? I have learned that the number has to be subtracted. Now in all these cases, in all these 3 numbers, they are saying it should leave a remainder of 2. So what do I have to do? I have to subtract 2 from all the numbers. Let's look at the numbers. The numbers are 135. The next number is 401. And the next number is 268. So from this I will subtract 2. From this I will subtract 2. From this I will subtract 2. Because it's saying that there should be 2 as remainder in all their cases. So now what the new number becomes? The new number becomes 135 minus 2 gives me 133. 401 minus 2 gives me 399. And 268 minus 2 gives me 266. So now I have come to know that these are the 3 numbers of which I have to find the HCF, the highest common factor, because they are asking which is the greatest number. Now in my previous case, which was the greatest number that could divide 16, leaving a remainder of 1? 15. The greatest of all. There was 3 and 5 also, but 15 was the greatest. Similarly, they say the greatest number. Whenever they use the word greatest, we are doing a chapter on HCF and LCM, but naturally we have to find HCF. Greatest means HCF, highest common factor. So 133, 399 and 266 I am taking together. Now I ask myself, does it divide by 2? No, no, yes. Does it divide by 3? 1 and 3, 4, 4 and 3, 7? No. Does it divide by 5? No, no, no. Does it divide by 7? 7 1s are 7. I will be left with 6. 7 9 is 63. Okay, let's go for the next one. 7 7 5s are 35. Remainder 4, 7 7s are 49. Okay. Go for the next. 7 3s are 21. I will be left with 5. 7 8s are 56. So, once again we just check. 7 1s are 7. I will be left with 6. 7 9 is 63. Okay. Next one. 7 4s are 28. 7 5s are 35. So 7 5s are 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. I'm left with 4. 7 7 are 49. Next. 7 3s are 21. 21. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 5. 7 8s are 56. So it will go by 7. 7 1s are 7. 7 9 is 63. 7 5s are 35. Remainder 4. 7 7s are 49. 7 3s are 21. Remainder 5. 7 8s are 56. Now, I have done with 7. Now I am left with 19, 57, 38. Now as you know, 19 is a prime number. So since 19 is a prime number, I need to check whether 19 will divide 57 and 38. Now, let's check. 19 into 2. 2 9s are 18. 2 1s are 2 and 1 3. I have checked for 38. 19 divides 38. 57. Where will I get 57 with 19? 19 3s are 3 9s are 27 and 3 1s are 3 and 2 5. 57. So since 19 is a prime number and will not be divisible by any other number than itself, then you have to check whether that 19 is dividing the other two numbers. Simple as that. So 19 does divide all of them. So 19 1s are 19, 19 3s are 27 and 19 2s are 38, and I'm done. Because now I've got 1 in one place and 3 and 2, which are both are prime numbers, and are only divisible by themselves and by no other number. So I don't have any factors, children, now that will divide 1, 3 and 2. So my division stops there. So I have got 7 and I have got 19, the only two prime numbers that have divided these numbers. Now I will find my HCF. My HCF will be the multiplication of 7 and 19. And as you can see, 17 and 19 has divided this number right up to number 1 completely without leaving any other remainder. Here you got a remainder, you can call them remainders. But here 7 and 19 have divided this particular number right till its last, that is where you got 1. So obviously this is going to be the answer, because 17 into 19 will give you 133. So my answer is 133. You don't end there, it says find the greatest number. So you will have to write the final statement. The greatest number is 133, and that's how you do this sum. So once again, remember the remainders have to be subtracted from the numbers and then the HCF found. So what we mean to say is 133 will divide all these numbers, 135, 401, 268, every time leaving a remainder of 2. I hope you understood this sum. If you do have any queries, you can always call me on my landline. You'll all know my number. It is 0253 297 0844. So get to me on contact on my landline. But make sure you have a rough book in front of you, and I'll go through the entire sum once more with you. But nevertheless, this is the explanation. The instructions of these sums, 4, 5, 6 I've already done. All those instructions have to first be written in your notebook, and then the sums to be copied. Please do take very good care of yourselves. Look after yourselves. Stay home, stay safe, and do be of some help to your parents.